Hey guys, this is Babypowder, and I'm coming to you with another one of my amazing multi-box gold guides where I show you how easy it is to make lots of gold with less effort and without a clue. Now, today's farm is actually pretty well known, and it's definitely an awesome farm. It's actually done out there in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms out there in Pandaland. And a lot of people are aware of this farm right now, but I figured I'd share it with you guys in case any of you were not. And in case any of you guys were wondering, it could be done with your 5-man multi-box team of druids, so you don't have to worry about making a monk if you didn't feel like it. Which, I mean, luckily enough for me, if I wanted to, I have a monk, which I actually did it on stream with the monk the first time I did it with my alliance group, but with my horde group, I don't have a monk. And I even did it on stream the next night with my horde team, and actually just had a viewer who came in, misdirect. Thank you a lot for helping out. Who actually brought a horde monk in, but honestly, I'm not sure. I think the spawns might be even better if you do it with just druids, because in a way, it's kind of like, which, shout out to Arnota for actually, kind of mentioning that as well, because it kind of it makes sense, because it's just like the Crimson Whelpling farm in a way. And honestly, a lot of people are saying that they're worried about this farm getting nerfed, but I don't know, because it's an event just like the Crimson Whelpling farm is just an event. The mobs keep coming in and keep coming in, and with this farm, the mobs just keep coming in just like that, and it's just an event on either side. So I really don't know if that will happen to me. It could, but I wouldn't fret too much, but definitely go out there and do it. It's definitely a great farm. It's definitely probably the best way, I think, to get spirits of harmony, also to get a lot of raw gold if you're not looking to do something like around Legion and BFA areas. I mean, of course, they'll yield the most raw gold because of them being closer to current content, but if you're trying to do something legacy where you can actually kill the mobs instantly and kill lots of mobs, this is probably like one of your best raw gold farms as well, because I mean, you get raw, gold from the mobs. You get grays that you can vendor all the greens, even though it's out in panda land, and usually I say keep the greens, disenchant them, use the enchanting mats to make those panda enchants. But you don't have to worry about this, because you also get enchanting mats at the end, which I'll show you guys in the video, which you can just use to make those enchants. So just vendor the greens, get the raw gold from it. You're not going to need to waste your time disenchanting them. It actually would be better if you just did the farm for longer and not worry about trying to disenchant all those greens, because your bag's going to fill up so fast, you're going to want to vendor all these greens for sure. So yeah, anyway guys, let me go ahead and show you my take on this farm and everything, so that you guys can try to get the most out of it. And if you don't feel like making a monk, you don't have to, and you can use your druid group. Keep watching and we'll see how it's done. Alright guys, so this is pre-recorded, but I just went ahead and recorded while I was doing the farm and didn't bother actually doing the voice. So I'm just showing you where I was already doing the farm earlier, but as you see, I mean, the mobs just keep coming out. It's just massive amounts of mobs just coming and coming and coming. They don't stop until you decide to stop and vendor. And that's like I said, the downside is when you have to go vendor, because you actually have to stop the farm, go off to the side, vendor your stuff, and then they do go past, and you actually have to go and get those extra mobs, which I will show you here right after I show you the setup here, which right here, this is where we're at, right at the very top of the map, in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms right here. And this is the way I have it set up. I have it set up where I have 2 on both sides, and then I have my main in the middle, and they're all just using the target enemy macro, which, I mean, you could actually use one for the name, but I just decided to go with the target enemy macro. So you just keep killing them, looting as you go. When you get a chance, I usually just wait until I either just killed some and try to hit that looter ring as much as possible. But you don't want to be constantly hitting that looter ring, because they'll get past you again. But just keep track of it with your main 2 to make sure that they're not getting down there while you're trying to kill these mobs. But yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and take a look here. This is go and kill all of those extra mobs or whatever. So we go down here to the steps here, and this is where all the like extra ones are right here. You need to kill all these, which I still have my potatoes up there on the steps killing mobs while I'm doing this so they don't keep coming down. And then we're gonna come over here to the left, like I said, to the left, and you see there's a whole bunch down here in the ground and stuff, and we got to kill all those, and that's what's going to cause them to really start spawning really fast. So once you've killed all those and made sure that there's no more up, then you're good. You know, you're going to have the most amount of these guys spawning at a time. So then after you do that, I actually go back like the same way I came, so that way I can make sure that there's no more that got past somehow, which is always a good idea. And like I said, you have to do that every time that you decide to vendor or whatever. All right, guys, so I've already taken and like went ahead and cleared out everything, vendored actually all the greens. I didn't save them like I would with the other sky shard farm and stuff. Well, it's just not necessarily the sky shard farm, mostly just farming these keys right here. So basically you do get the sky shards as well. So what I do before I go down to where I'm gonna show you guys where you go and open all the chests and everything, which you guys already might be aware of that, you know, this farm has actually gotten really popular, but I figured I'd actually share it with you guys as well on my channel, and how, you know, you can possibly do it even if you don't have a monk. This is the druid group right here, and basically what I've done now is I've cleared out all those greens, all the trash, all that stuff. I've got everything sorted pretty much. So here's all the keys. We've got 133 on this toon, and I've went around and went ahead and traded off my sky shards with the ones on the same realm, which, you know, my main's not on the same realm, so I couldn't trade with him, but I went ahead and got all the Lonnies I could, so that way I can make sure that I have plenty of room, because you do get sky shards from the chest as well. So I wanted to make sure there was no interruptions with, you know, me having to try to run out real quick and go collect the Lonnie or something like that. So actually what we'll go do, I just wanted to go ahead and keep them on here because I wanted to show you guys how many I got. We'll actually put down a mailbox here. So we'll summon our little Katie here. And I'll go ahead and mail these Alani's off. Which actually, I mean, it doesn't really matter. But in case we get enough sky shards that we can go ahead and get her right after the farm, you know, after we open the chest, it'll save us time. We can just go out and get her because she'll probably be up again. So let me go ahead and mail those off real quick. We got 4 of them. There's the 4th one right there. That's right. I think I remember now, because what happened was I actually went ahead and got one, didn't see any more up, logged off, and then came back and got the 3. And I was lucky when I came back, because what happened was, even though 2 of my toons were on the same realm, they were on a different shard somehow when I logged in. So there was Alani's up on both of those shards, so I was able to get 2 of them on the same realm, and they all have war mode on right now, so that shouldn't have had anything to really do with it. But yeah, it threw us on a different shard for some reason, and I was able to take advantage of it. So anyway, let's go ahead now that we've got all that, because we want as much space as we can have before we go down there. I actually missed a couple here, but oh well, it should be all right. So we want to go ahead and get our group together, and we're gonna go down here, right to which we were already up where the actual stairs are, where we actually do the farm, just like down a little bit so we don't have the mobs running into us. You want to go down here to these halls right here, the Gulai halls, and it's right here. It looks like this. This is the doorway. You're gonna go in here, and which these little things are gonna give you a speed boost. So you gotta make sure you don't leave your potatoes behind, which is very easy to do. Which, I mean, they should get the speed boost too, so they should hopefully be able to keep up, but you never know. And of course, you know, you have where these mobs stun and stuff, so they could be stunning your potatoes as well. So you gotta look out for that. Go ahead and just kill this stuff off so it doesn't bother us, because we're just using the target enemy macro anyway. And you want to watch out for these things. Some of these ones will actually knock you back, which I think, what is it, the white ones knock you back, something like that. So we'll try to avoid them the best we can here. So just trying to run down the middle here. And you get to this doorway here, so don't be discouraged and think you're at a dead end. As you can see, there's mobs back there, so you just click it. Yeah, click it one more time. There you go. Through the door. Come on over here to the steps. This guy's gonna try to stun you right here. Which a lot of you guys might remember this, you know, from actual when it was current content. Which I remember doing this in current content, not necessarily doing the farm, but I remember coming down here when it was current content. But yeah, then you're gonna come up here. You're gonna see this little Alani looking type guy here. Of course, it's a different mob, but it looks like Alani. And then right up these steps, here you go. This is where all the treasure chests are. So you see there's some over here, there's some over here, there's a majority of them there, and then there's some over there. So there's 3 on both sides, and there's 5 in the middle. So what I do is I actually set up my potatoes in my toons, where I'll set one up over here. I will set a couple of them over here. Okay. So since this one's bigger, I actually set 2 up over there. Then we'll actually take another one, set up in the middle where the light is, so we can look cool. All right, and then we'll take the last one and we'll actually set them up over on this side right here. Okay, and then I'm actually, what I'm gonna do is, which I haven't been doing, I've just been flopping between the screens, which takes forever to do. What I would actually do is actually possibly use the either the Windows screen setup that I have, where you have the 4 on the side, or actually I think I'm going to try to use my fishing setup. So give me 1 second, we'll be right back, and I'm gonna have it all set up with the fishing setup that I use with the 4 screens and then the one in the middle, and we're gonna try using that to actually open these chests so that we're not having to keep swapping, because like I said, there's a lot of these keys. I mean, well, it's not showing me the amount now because I've got these guys attacking me, but I mean, we got over 100 like on each one of our toons here, so 133. So yeah, definitely a lot to go through, which, you know, once we get to where we have 1 or 2 of them that are running out of keys, we can move the toons around a little bit. But yeah, let me go away and actually get this set up, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so now that we've got all of our windows set up right here, we'll pull this one back out front. So now it's gonna be a lot easier because we've got it all set up to where we have all of our toons at the locations. All the screens are pretty big size except for the one in the middle, which, you know, is the same setup I use for when I'm doing the multi-box fishing. And I think it's gonna make it a lot easier. So let's go ahead and give it a try and see how it goes. So we're gonna start off with, we'll actually start off with the one here in the middle, which of course we need to make sure we keep this screen out front too. So we'll go ahead and open these. And we'll open these 2 with this one. We'll open this one. Then when we come down here, we'll just click on that one. So we pull that one back out front. And then I'll open these 3. And then I'll cross over here, open these 2. And then we're back to the center. And you see they're all 3 back up, which got click to move on, unfortunately. So that's why you saw my toon run like that. And we'll open those, and then we'll just go back. And it's definitely, you know, a lot easier than having to keep going down there and pulling your screens back up, which I was doing when I was doing this on stream. I was doing this on stream the other night. So this is definitely making it a lot easier. Just do it this way. Get these out of our view here. I just don't like it. I mean, you could have left them up. You don't have to even bother with them, but I decided to just go ahead and kill them so they're not blocking my view here. Kill that one too. And again, they're already back up on the screen actually. And you could even, you know, do like one here and then jump up to this one, have this one doing one, have this one doing one, you know, and just do it like that. Just the only thing is you don't want to get to where you're like this right here, where now that screen is in the back, and now I do have to come back down here. Okay, so you want to look out for that you're not actually doing that, because that is going to slow you down, and it's going to defeat the purpose of using the multiple screens. Now another thing we could try is broadcasting the mouse and possibly hitting the chest, but well, it's not even actually wanting to do it there. So looks like this one might have actually been doing it, but that's another thing you could try. You could get them all lined up. It might take you a little longer to get them all lined up though if you decide to do that, but it is something that you could try to perfect and actually get it to where you have all of them opening the chest at the same time. But I think this method works really well, and like I said, if you're quick enough and you can keep track of it well enough to where you don't have this screen fall behind you, which, you know, maybe you could just click on it in between every other toon or whatever, like this, like I'm doing right now, then you could just, you know, have them simultaneously opening chests, so that it will still be a little bit faster for you. And then you don't want to do that either where I'm forgetting right now which ones are where in a way, and I'm kind of clicking the wrong boxes on the wrong screens, because especially with these three, they all look like they're, you know, the same ones. But yeah, so this is what you want to do until you use all your keys up. And then once you get done with doing this, there's going to be these boxes that are actually going to be inside your bags that you're going to want to open up, and they're going to contain all kinds of stuff. Like I said, you're going to get all kinds of gold from these. You're going to get sky shards. You're going to get these reputation tokens, which, you know, just cloud up your bags and stuff. But then at the same time, you also get these other little loot boxes that contain all of the different types of materials from Pandaland. So you get things like the old herbs. You get you know, golden lotus and everything all the way down, and then you get black trillium, white trillium, ghost iron ore. You also get enchanting mats. So that's why it doesn't really matter whether you keep the greens or not. So you can just vendor them and turn them into raw gold, because you're going to get tons of enchanting mats already just from opening those boxes. You get the windwool cloth. You get them in bolts, and you get just the actual windwool cloth. Also opening these chests, you get the actual spirits of harmony, where we actually get the motes of harmony from the farm from killing the little stone guys, but you actually get the full-on spirits of harmony when you open these chests. Not the actual little chests, but actually opening these treasure chests that are down here. So yeah, really good. I mean, you get so many materials from this. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this out, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at the little boxes, and we'll open those up and see how much stuff we get from those. Which I do have some ghost iron and trillium actually in my bags already, but we'll kind of get an idea as I'm opening them anyway, of how much we're actually getting, at least on one of our toons. Okay, so guys, now we're back. I've finished opening up all of the treasure chests using the treasure chests down the Gunlight halls. I still have these chests now that I need to open up, which are the treasures of the Vale, which that's where you're going to get a lot of the gold. Well, I mean, you don't have to post things up on the auction house and things like that, or craft stuff with it in order to make the gold out of it. Which, I mean, you do get a lot of raw gold from opening those chests down there. You also get, like, you know, gold and stuff from these. You also get these reputation tokens, which actually I just do this and delete them all. Which what I'll actually do is I'll just come down here to my chat box and I'll actually write in delete, and then I'll copy it, and then what I'll do is take and just get rid of all these by pasting delete in there, and then just doing it like that. Just makes it a little bit faster. I used to use easy loot, and I will just put these in the easy loot add-on, but it doesn't seem to be working for some reason, at least not for these. I tried to do that, but as you see, this is a really quick process, which I'm sure you could figure that out yourself, but I figured I'd let you guys know just in case, just so that clears out some space for you. And then you have all of these, the treasures of the Vale, to open up, and they have all kinds of like I said, the herbs, the ore, the enchanting mats, all that stuff, and everything you already see in my bags now is actually from doing this farm for about an hour, pretty much, except for like the potion of treasure finding I have here, the ghost iron ore bars and stuff, and the ghost iron orcs actually didn't mine this time, but spirits of harmony, all that's from this farm. Some of these other pieces I decided to keep and try to actually post on the auction house, those are from this farm. The sky shards, these ghost iron boxes I forgot to move, they're actually from this farm, and of course these boxes. So we got 62 on this toon. We've got another 82 on this one. We've got another 71 on this one. We've got another 69 on this one. And we've got another 54 on this one. And I mean, you see, we got 42 spirits of harmony on that toon, 51 on that toon, 48 on this toon, and 56 on this toon, and another 51 on this one. So it's a lot of spirits of harmony for an hour. And I think we stopped like 5 minutes short. I didn't even finish out the complete hour, I don't think. And then on top of that, I had some issues with actually some disconnects for some reason. It usually only happened when my bags would get full. So if I could stop and actually clear out my bags before they actually got full, it seemed like I didn't have the disconnect problem. But once I actually filled my bags up, so you might want to keep an eye out for that. Maybe try to stop looting and actually start vendoring stuff before your bags actually get completely full, because it seemed like I would always have like a toon here or there, or maybe even two at a time, disconnect when my bags would actually get full. So just maybe if you're having that same issue, just try vendoring a little bit earlier before your bags actually get full. So anyway, what I did was to make this process a little bit faster, guys, I went ahead and actually made a macro, which you see right here. I'll open it up, and it's just /use treasures of the Vale. And so we're going to use that so we can just be opening up all these at the same time. So let's go ahead and get at it and see at least what I'm actually going to see from this toon alone. The ghost iron ore, we're not going to really be able to tell exactly how much we get because we already have some in our bags on these toons. And I mean, you can get an idea. You see we only have like a little over 100, it seems like, on each toon, but each one of them should get around the same amount. Some of them have a couple more boxes, so they might get a little bit more, but we only have like 100 on each toon. And then with the trillium ores, we only have a little bit, except for this one. I actually went ahead and traded in at the spirit vendor the last time I farmed this, and I got some white trillium ore because it had some high value. I was actually planning on getting some black trillium ore, but I had to go or something. But anyway, let's go ahead and start opening these and see what we get. Like I said, it's going to be similar stuff on each one of them. As you can see, the stuff here that we're getting. We're going to get these little elixirs here, which are actually pretty cool. I kind of would do this farm just for this right here. And what it does is it turns you into a monk, and it can turn you into, it has like all kinds of different looks. I mean, there's a female version, a male version, and I really like that because I love like the toys and stuff that change your appearance. And so this is almost like having a toy that doesn't really have a cooldown. So I mean, it's really awesome to be able to have this, and I mean, I can use it again and change and everything else. So I really think that's really cool. I'd almost be willing to just do this farm just to get those, just for the fun aspect of just taking on that different appearance. I mean, they're all pandas, but it's really cool to switch it up. And there we go. So we've went through all those. We still have some. You see, we're still going through some. Or actually, I can't. Let me pull up my chat box so you guys can see. Some of my potatoes are still going through some stuff. So we just got shard crystal. I mean, you get all kinds of stuff. We're getting some trillium ore. We're getting some ghost iron ore. I mean, it's just tons of stuff here, and that is tons of value. I mean, we got 15 golden lotus, which is really not good value. 60 of the rain poppy, that's low value as well, at least on this realm. We got the windmill cloth, got a 200 stack and 24 bolts. Got the spirit dust, which you use for the enchants. You do see we got a whole stack of ghost iron ore here, and then another 40 here. We added to some of the ghost iron that we already had here, it looks like, because it was at like 120. Let's see, we got some black trillium ore because that was down to like 30, I think. So yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. We even got a magnificent hide here. Some more actual cloth here. Yeah, tons of stuff. Some exotic leather. I mean, so you get all the different types of mats, including you get raw gold and stuff. You do get these old cooking things as well, which those actually came out of the chest, but those are worthless. We'll just end up vendoring those. As you see, I already had the gold coins on them. But yeah, definitely a great farm. Look over here on some of the other ones. We got another magnificent hide, of course, all the other materials, more trillium ore and more ghost iron ore. Another stack here. See, look, I mean, a whole stack of ghost iron ore right there. So I mean, it is insane all the stuff you get. Stacks of exotic leather. I mean, magnificent hides. We got another 2 on this one. Shard crystals, everything, except for I haven't seen the blue, like ethereal shards or whatever. I haven't seen those come out of these. I see the crystals, I see the dust. I haven't seen the shards. So yeah, let's see how many sky shards. So we're up to 3 on that one, up to 3 on that one, I think, and up to 4 on that one, up to 6 on that one, and up to 6 on this one. So we were originally at 6 on this one anyway, because it's my main. I remember that. So we didn't get any sky shards on this toon for some reason. And then we only had 3 left over on one of the potatoes, I believe it was. So it looks like we got a whole nother 6, 4, that's 10. That's enough for another mount. 3 and 3, so that's 6. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm almost certain we only had 3 left when we went down there after I did all the trading off on one of the toons, because that's all that was left over after I traded them all and we went and got the 4 mounts. So that's pretty awesome. It's too bad that I actually didn't get enough on my main to get another mount, because that's a whole nother realm. So it'd been nice to actually have another mount up to post up on that auction house. But they are selling the best actually on the realm that my potatoes are on, so it still works out for me. But anyway, guys, that goes to show that you can still make tons if you don't have a monk to actually come out here and do this farm. Yeah, the monk does make it look a little bit prettier, but you can get around the same amount, if not more. I mean, actually, to me, it seemed like the mobs were actually spawning faster with the druid setup. The only downside with the druid setup is when you need to actually go vendor, you might have to go and reset all of the mobs, which doesn't take long at all. So it's not a big deal. Whereas with the monk being there, they have the statue. They can just have all the mobs right there in a controlled space, so you can just get right back to it. So microseconds or whatever. But if you're actually killing more mobs during the whole farm, I think it still might be better with actual just druids. And of course, that's always going to be the case with most farms. Druids are going to be better because just like Crimson Wealthing farm, this is what which when I was in our notice stream, he kind of pointed out too, and it kind of made me think, yeah, that's true. It actually is kind of like the Crimson Wealthing farm, where the mobs, they just keep coming to the totem there, yeah, and you can build up a nice pretty circle. But with druids, they're actually killing the mobs as they spawn, so they're actually coming in faster. So that is the case at that farm, which this is probably kind of the same ordeal in a way. because it's an event just like that one, and they just keep coming in. So you know, in a way, like it works the same exact way. They're going to spawn faster because you're killing them right as they're coming out the door, and they're spawning, compared to waiting for them to actually come to that totem. Which I know with the monk, it seems like it's really fast and they're right on top of that totem. But still, it's still microseconds adding up. Just like when you vendor, and I said it's microseconds when you have to vendor, you have to go back and respawn them all. But you only have to do that once every time you have to vendor. Whereas you're constantly having that same, you know, you're constantly getting those extra microseconds with the druids. But it's really close either way. It's really good either way you decide to do it. This just goes to show that you can do it with just druids. And I know some people are like, well, it's a lot easier to loot with them being in the piles. But if you're multi-boxing, you know, most likely you're using, and you're doing farms like this, most likely you're using a looter ring anyway. So it's going to not matter whether or not they're in pretty piles or not, because you're going to be able to loot everything anyway with the looter ring. But anyway, guys, that's just, you know, I just wanted to show you guys that. Like I said, you know, some of you guys, a lot of you guys are probably already aware of this with this farm, but I figured I'd go ahead and show it to you, just in case you weren't, so you guys can go out there and start enjoying this farm too, 'cause it's actually pretty awesome. All right, guys, well, hope you liked the video, the little Stone Guardian, guys. It definitely is a really awesome farm. I mean, you get so many kills and you get so much loot from it. It's awesome all the way around. Raw gold, you know, getting the mats, putting them up on the auction house. Even though they're older mats, they do, you know, sell fast. I actually will make all the ghost iron into bars and stuff like that. And either try to sell them or actually craft stuff out off of them, because I am trying to get towards that crafting level as well with stuff. So I might actually try to craft with them. But you definitely get a lot of stuff. Plus, you know, you get a lot of Alanis that you can put up on the auction house, and I do believe it's a lot faster than the Sky Shard farm because there are so many mobs. But yeah, definitely really good. Shout outs again to you know, everybody who informed me about this farm, and also with, you know, Arnota, you know, mentioning the fact about it being like a Crimson Whelpling farm. Shout out to Pulsating Sack for letting me know on stream about the extra mobs to make sure that you get more spawns, which, you know, I showed you. You go down and kill all the mobs down below, and then you also go over to like the left over there and kill those other mobs that are actually down on the ground. He was the one that actually pointed that out to me, so you get the most spawns out of this farm. So make sure you kill those extra mobs down there as well, because that's the way you're gonna get the most spawns. Also, definitely give a shout out to the person who originally made the video on this farm, which was Archvelder. He did a great job at actually, you know, letting us all know about this farm, and everybody just kind of spammed out to it, which actually I hadn't even seen it, even though I've watched his content before. I haven't actually seen it until somebody actually told me, which was Scrog, which, you know, big shout out to Scrog. He's the one who actually told me about the farm actually during one of my streams. Have I checked it out yet? And then, you know, he sent me a link, and I watched it and was like, oh yeah, I definitely gotta check it out. So yeah, shout outs to everybody who helped out with letting me be aware of this farm, and I hope you guys like it, try it out, and you have great success with it. But anyway, guys, if you liked the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the, you know, the thumbs up. The thumbs up definitely helps. Both actually help. And also make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss another of these amazing multi-box gold guides I have coming out. Also, don't forget to check out the links down below. Again, like I said, I did it twice on stream. We also had our WoW token giveaway this past Sunday. I do that every 2 weeks. I've also told the guys, if the WoW tokens get down to 150,000 gold for WoW token, I'm gonna start doing the WoW token giveaways every weekend. So yeah, if it gets that low, keep an eye out, because we will be doing WoW token giveaways every single weekend instead of just every other. But yeah, definitely check out the stream. We also have links for Facebook and Twitter. You can follow me on there, and for Discord. But anyway, guys, that's about all I have. This is Babypowder. Peace. I'm out.